Okay, so today we have L7 and Wargasm. Now, not only is that an intriguing title, but I love that it's the opening track to their huge album, Bricks Are Heavy from 1992. Just kind of makes a statement right there. And of course, I know L7 was never afraid to make politically charged tracks, so I can only imagine what this will be about. But let's get into it, talk about it after. L7 has just been on my mind, and I figure, what the hell? Let's do a reaction to them. It's been a while since I've listened to them, so here we go now. Let's go. Okay, there, okay, there it is there, L7 and Wargasm. I gotta say, is that Yoko Ono? Did they rip Yoko Ono? I don't know much Yoko Ono, but I know her voice. I mean, my goodness gracious, but that's what it sounded like to me, and of course it came in through like the halfway mark and then at the end again, and I was like, is that Yoko? But anyway, leave your comments down below. I don't know, this is all new to me. But anyway, what a guitar-driven solid track here with a lot of ferocity, ferociousness, intensity. I mean, the guitars start everything off. That guitar riff is just to die for. Like I said, it's intense and it's heavy. Everything I would expect from L7. I mean, we're talking about a grunge band, punk band kind of here as well. And just sludgy as all get out as well. You think about that guitar solo that was in there, which was erratic. It was kind of unpredictable. Like I said, it was gritty. Everything I'd expect from a grunge band. And I love grunge. I mean, I gotta say, one of my favorite bands is Alice in Chains. I mean, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden. They're all, of course, the Big Four from Seattle. And I love that you had the Big Four from Seattle there, which when this song came out in 1992, of course, grunge was just huge at this point. And you had these girls, these women, I guess, in LA and doing the grunge thing as well. And I just love how that was all kind of set out there. But anyway, yeah, I just really enjoyed the intensity that they brought here. Donita Sparks, who I know wrote the song as well, and she's on lead vocals here. Her voice, it's just, it sounds almost ironic. She has like a monotone feel to her voice as well, which doesn't always work for everybody. But I just love how it's that monotone, I don't give a fuck feel in her voice. That attitude just shines through. and she has so much snarl as well to go along with the rest of the band's snarl, but her voice is just I don't know, there's something to it that just grabs me, and I just love how she sounds like she doesn't give a fuck. Obviously, like I talked about at the top, these guys have written many politically charged, not written many, but I know they are not afraid to speak their minds, and so with that voice you almost feel like she's resigned, or she just doesn't give a fuck about things anymore. But obviously she does with the work that she and the rest of the band has done, with political things or whatever. But yeah, I just love how monotone, I guess, and gritty she sounds, but I just love that so much. But to talk about her and talk about the guitar riff right off the get-go, I gotta say this. When it came in, I said, what a guitar riff. I mean, my goodness gracious, it just pulls you in. But it reminded me of something else, and it took me a second to realize it reminds me of Sex Type Thing by Stone Temple Pilots. And I know Sex Type Thing came out in 1992 as well, and like I said, the song did too. So I don't know if there was any people ripping from each other or what, but it was a bit differently in tone, but it reminded me so much of Sex Type Thing. And but either way, it works here, I gotta say. And yeah, I mean, packed a punch. I mean, the song was edgy and punchy as hell. And like I said already, I'd expect nothing less from L7 here, but with the previous two songs that I know from them. But anyway, solid and quick drumming as well. Almost sounded like a triangle was being hit as well, or at least some kind of a ringing sound there that Dimitra Plakis, I want to say, there was doing right off the get-go. But she was just showing her quickness right off the get-go too, along with the guitar work. It was just it was beautiful in its own grungy way. But to talk about the rest of the women on the track, of course, Jennifer Finch on bass guitar here. Of course, she worked very well with Dimitra, as the drums and the bass always seem to go well together. And she just added to the whole grunginess feel. I mean, I keep saying that. It's like, it's fucking obvious that it's going to have a grungy feel. But they really dug into it, and just has such a sludginess to it. Just a dirty sound. I mean, all of that. And it was scary at different points too, with some of the guitar work, some of the breaths. And yeah, I mean, hello. They accomplished what they set out to do here with a song called Wargasm. I expect, once more, nothing less. Susie Gardner on guitar, and also Donita Sparks on guitar. Doesn't specify lead guitar, rhythm guitar, whatever. Just says they're both on guitar here on the Wikipedia personnel. But of course, like I talked about, the lead guitar there, which held on to the whole song there with that riff. I mean, just can't get out of your head. And like I said, it reminded me of the STP song. But yeah, I really enjoyed what they did here. And like I said, there was such a fierceness, if that's a word, to it. And I love their attitude here. And once more, I love how Donita sounded on it. It just it sounded great to my ears anyway. So let's get into these lyrics now with the first verse. I guess that's where you got to start. Wargasm, Wargasm, 1, 2, 3. And just the way Wargasm, Wargasm, 1, 2, 3. Just so much. I just can't get enough of her voice. I just love the way she kind of has so much, again, snarl to her voice and her delivery, and she kind of drones on, but I love her drone. I mean, my God. It's tie a yellow ribbon around the amputee. And a lot of these lines are very poignant, and a lot of these lines, I'm sure when the song came out, people were like, what's she saying? Oh my goodness gracious, she can't say that. But yeah, just being very real and honest about war, and I guess, of course, what this whole song seems to be about, Americans' obsession with war, and it's not like that's changed or anything all these years later, but, and really the whole world's obsession with war, but I would imagine we're only talking about the America side of it, as in the second verse, they talk about it from Alcatraz to Lady Liberty. But, of course, I want to say it was the Iraq War, which started in the early 90s anyway, and I do believe Donita has said that that's what kind of sparked the interest to make this song. But yeah, you could really talk about any war that America has had a part in or whatever, and any war that's going on in the world, even up to today, of course. But either way, war apparently it seems to make a lot of people climax anyway. But yeah, tie a yellow ribbon around the amputee. I think about a soldier being amputated, losing a leg, losing a limb, whatever, but they get an award for it, and it's like, well, thanks for the yellow ribbon, but my goodness gracious, where's my leg? Masturbate, watch it on not MTV, watch it on TV, not MTV. Crocodile tears for the refugee. Again, all of this just it's I don't know how to go around this. It makes them climax once more, I guess, and they just love to, I guess, masturbate to war on TV, to this violence, to this bloodshed, and it makes certain people happy, really, I guess. And I don't know if we're talking about the politicians or again the people who set up the wars here, but yeah, masturbate, watch it on TV, crocodile tears for the refugee. They don't really care. It's just crocodile tears. It's not real tears, because at the end of the day, they love war. Wargasm, Orgasm, Wargasm 1, 2, 3. Smutty bloody pictures ecstasy. I mean, what a line. Good God. Smutty bloody pictures ecstasy. Just beautiful. Not really beautiful, I guess, but beautiful in a very dark way. And I feel like we can understand that. Bloody pictures, everything. They love the blood. They love the violence. They love the death. I mean, my God. Blue balls waiting impatiently. Waiting impatiently for the violence, for something bad to happen. And, you get blue balls when you don't get the climax out of it, of course. And I don't know if I've ever reacted to a song with blue balls in the lyrics. This might be a first. From Alcatraz to Lady Liberty. Again, from all across the U.S. They love war. It doesn't matter where it is. And, of course, Alcatraz being in San Francisco, California, all the way to Lady Liberty in New York, across the whole state. Not the whole state, the whole country. Good God, I'll get there. But, yeah, then we have the chorus. Body bags and dropping bombs. The Pentagon knows what turns us on, knows how to turn us on. And again, it doesn't matter where, as long as they're dropping the bombs and as long as we're causing a war with somebody, we got to get there, and we got to reach that climax and stop the blue balls from happening. Then we have the third verse here, Wargasm, 1, 2, 3. I didn't really even notice, but I love how every verse pretty much starts with that line. It's just, it's a callback each time. People, ecstasy, wave those flags high in the air. And I talked about here, but I've already said there's so many poignant lines in the song, but here's another one. As long as it takes place over there, as long as we're killing them, as long as we're killing those people from that country and not our own. I mean, we're all happy for that, and we'll fly the flag high for that. But it reminds me of another song, Marilyn Manson song, We're Killing Strangers. Again, we're killing these strangers that we don't know. So it's fine, as long as it's not us, who, and people that we do know and like. It's just, I can imagine some of the controversy or whatever that the song probably caused back then, but it's so real and it's so raw and it's so honest. I mean, my God. Then we have the interlude with the Wargasm, and then we got the chorus once more and the outro, Wargasm, turn us on, Wargasm. They get orgasms from war. I mean, some people love to look at, people and, women, men, whatever. But, for some people, and again, I go back to politicians or whoever we're talking about specifically here, they love themselves some war. And they love to jerk off to that, I guess. And what a statement here. And again, I'm not surprised from L7, from everything I've heard, from their social commentary. And again, they're proving here that they can write a social commentary with heavy guitar riffs and a sound that just won't be denied. So anyway, I guess that's all I'm going to say. I don't know how this video is going to do. L7, I mean, it's been a while, and I don't know if people care for an L7 reaction, but I wanted to get back into it, and some of my videos lately have had some good views, so I said, what the hell? I can do this one. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all of the support, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.